Some days I wake up and it's a girl day, and some days I wake up, it's a boy day. Gender for me is a construct of society, and I think that everybody is born, of course, with male or female genitalia, but gender identity is completely fluid to me. I'm a person. I think that's what I define myself as.
Fahr Sindram identifies as gender neutral, and her two extreme personas allow her to live as both a woman and a man.
Loki is for me like an escape to hypermasculinity. Lolita, on the other hand, is, I think, a way for me to feel pretty.
Wow, amazing. Just can't believe it's the same person.
Yes, it is.
That's cool. That's like the ultimate form of freedom. You can be whoever you want to be.
5 years ago, I just said to myself, I will not identify with a female gender anymore. I had good days where I felt, you're like a girl, I look perfect. And then I had days where I was like, I feel like I'm an imposter. I feel like I am a man pretending to be a woman in a dress. I just know I'm somewhere in the middle, and there are days where I feel more like a man or more away from female, and where other days where I feel more drawn to look like a woman.
I actually love both. I have no preference between the two. I think most of all I love Fahr as Fahr. I do feel like I get to have a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and that's fantastic.
The comic book artist spends an hour each morning deciding on her gender for the day, and then the painstaking transformation commences.
When I wear Loki, I try to be a little bit like sexy and stuff, and I flirt with all the girls. When I wear Lolita, I often try to behave like a lady. On Lolita, I spent at least 12,000, and on Loki, maybe 7,000.
Fahr has a legion of online followers, but constantly presenting as Loki has taken its toll in the past.
I had like a complete breakdown and cut off all my hair and dyed it purple. It was a bad decision because after that I felt like I was not me, not him, not anything. I mean, I'm thankful for all the people that like what I do because it's fun and I really enjoy it, but at the same time I feel like they don't see me anymore. I'm completely gone. It makes me feel horrible.
Fahr has won acclaim as a manga illustrator and an author of children's books, winning particular praise for Losing Neverland, which highlighted the dangers of child pornography. But sometimes she feels her work has been undermined by her online fame.
I was so angry because like making comics and books for children especially is really important to me, and there are many children coming to my signings and I read to them, and then just imagine I read to the children in the back of the same room are like Loki fans being like, "Hey Loki!" and it was so stressful.
Fahr's boyfriend Will is understanding of her choices and tries to support her through her struggles.
Personally, I think everyone should be free to be who they are. I'm transgender. I feel a lot better now that I'm presenting as male and living as male every day. But that is not the case for everyone. I think Fahr is a lot more complicated and has it a lot more difficult than me actually, because it can change from day to day. So to be going through that all the time is horrible.
Today, Fahr is visiting a gender specialist, Dr. Sharon Cowan, at the University of Edinburgh.
Come in. Hi, I'm Sharon.
Hi, I'm Fahr.
Nice to meet you. Come in and take a seat.
Thank you.
So when you wake up in the morning, how do you know whether it feels like a boy day or a girl day, as you said?
Well, it's like I get up and I get a tea and I brush my teeth and I have a good think about it, like, you know, like, yeah, today I really like them, they're cool, I will get a bra, or like, no, they have to go away, I get my binder.
The way she expresses her gender identity as being elements of both, and even in her case, like extremes at both ends, is not untypical of genderqueer people, but obviously in the general population it's a very unusual way of expressing your gender. There are not an insignificant number of people who really are uncomfortable with the idea that gender is a binary and that you must choose one or the other, and Fahr definitely is one of those people who feels uncomfortable about that. And what the research tells us is that it's very difficult for those people to go about their daily lives expressing themselves in the way that they feel most comfortable, because pretty much every aspect of social life asks you to always choose to be identifiable as one or the other.
I think there are a few things that maybe surprised her about what I think about gender and gender questions, but I think in general we agreed on most of the things. I don't think there's a wrong or right answer to how I live my life, but I surely feel kind of backed up by how she reacted to me.
Thank you so much for coming in. It was great to meet you.
It was amazing.
Really fantastic.
Am I crazy?
In a great way.
Good. I hope for that. I hope you wouldn't say I'm normal. That would be weird.